Well, welcome to 5 News at 12:30 on 5 News Plus. I'm Lauren Spencer here with meteorologist Noah Simmons, and we just got some news into the newsroom that Officer Kyle Newman, he was the officer that was shot in the line of duty on May 17th. He is home, recovered from the hospital, which is just great news to hear. We'll have more details coming up on your 5 News at 4, all about that. But let's turn to the forecast. It's been a very, very hot week. Hopefully some relief, not until next week, though.
Right. I think we're going to be a little bit patient.
Yeah.
I know it's hot and humid out there right now, but at least, Lauren, the good news is that there's a little bit of a breeze out there. I think that makes it feel a little bit better out there, at least in terms of my opinion. We can kind of see that there. If we're looking at our current conditions across Rogers, and well, it shows that it's 83 degrees, but those winds are south-southwest at 17, and those are not gusts. If you look just below that, the gusts are up to 25-ish miles an hour, and the dew point's in the 70s, so it contributes to that heat index of 88, and that continues into the River Valley as well, where it's a little bit hotter. It feels like 93 in Fort Smith. Those winds gusting as high as about 23, 25 miles an hour. Dew point, a little tropical out there, 72, makes it feel a little bit extra hotter out there based on all that humidity out there. Now here's a look at the big picture setup. We had a few clouds earlier this morning, no rain expected. All the storms that parts of the country are going to be seeing are off to the upper Midwest. You'll kind of see that there across northern Missouri. Some stronger storms, and also some strong to severe storms into the upper Midwest. Notice this cold front here. It's going to kind of get caught up in this vicinity later today, I should say, but eventually moves through and pushes in. It's going to give us a line of storms for tomorrow night. So not necessarily today, but tomorrow night, that's when we can expect some of our storms. Now, overnight tonight, not expecting anything in terms of rain, but we are seeing those warm, mild temperatures. These are our overnight lows. I wish these were our high temperatures, but not necessarily. Middle to upper 70s is all we're going to be dropping overnight tonight. We'll continue to see that southerly winds continue overnight tonight, but also into tomorrow as well. So at least the breeze helps a little bit. Call it to about 90 northwest Arkansas. We'll call it 94 across the River Valley. It's hot, humid, it's breezy. We'll watch some of those storms later in the day. Think after dinner time and really after sunset across the region. Of course, we'll have the humidity to deal with. Heat index values near 105 in the River Valley. We'll see if a heat advisory gets issued. For the time being, there is no heat advisory in effect. We had one, what was it, yesterday? We'll see if we can get that for tomorrow. It's still hot in northwest Arkansas, but at least it's a little bit cooler, a little bit more manageable. It's still hot regardless for tomorrow afternoon. Now, if you look at our severe zone for tomorrow night, we're in the level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk, and this is actually new. This actually just got updated within the last few minutes. So it actually encompasses northwest Arkansas. Earlier, this yellow-green line was a little bit further northward. Now it shifts a little bit further south, and all of the River Valley and all of the Ouachita's are in that level 1 out of 5 severe risk. Mainly going to be watching about 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. Mainly strong winds and some larger hail, the main potential with that. The tornadic potential looks very low with this system, but we'll look at our future cast. Here's tomorrow afternoon. Notice we're dry, and that continues there through 5, 6 p.m., but that line of storm starts to work its way in from the northwest, crosses the Interstate 44 corridor. It gets into northwest Arkansas here, 8, 9 p.m. We're going to be watching that severe potential with it. It continues to work its way into the River Valley, closer to, say, midnight and just after. And watch for a couple of those stronger cluster of storms to kind of continue into the region there, with a few even pop-up showers continuing, lingering into early Friday morning. Our rain chances aren't necessarily done, and they look relatively low for Thursday and Friday. That's just because our chances are a little bit higher at night. But for Saturday and Sunday, a little bit higher during the daytime, and that's where the better signal of some more rain and storms would be. And we could be seeing some beneficial rainfall out of this as well, anywhere from 2, 3+ inches of rainfall as we work our way through Monday evening. In fact, this actually model update just updated on us. So potentially, though, still a good soaking rainfall here the next few days that we can be expecting as those rain and storm chances start to increase heading into that weekend. We're near 90 in northwest Arkansas tomorrow. 10% chance during the day, much higher rain chances at night. Friday, Saturday, a little bit more dry time, but then those shower and storms continue for the second half of the weekend. Temperatures are a little on the cooler side with lower humidity for early next week. That'll be nice to feel. Upper 70s near 80. For the River Valley, it's hot and humid the next couple of days. You're going to feel it. You're feeling it right now. And then we'll start to see those temperatures start to cool off a little bit heading to the weekend for Sunday with those showers and storms. And then we'll enjoy some lower to middle 80s for highs next week. So certainly looking forward to that.
All right, Noah, thank you. In a developing story, a woman has died after investigators say her husband shot her inside their Sulphur Springs home. 70-year-old Mark Bramwell is on jail on a $1 million bond. He's accused of shooting his wife, then himself in front of their son. During an interview with police, Bramwell's son said he was trying to help his dad find remedies for severe abdominal pain when he pulled out a gun. Court documents say Bramwell shot his wife, Mary, in the head and later pointed the gun at his son, who ran outside to call 911. Police say charges will be evaluated. The man accused of killing a LaFleur County deputy and injuring the Worcester police chief is expected in court this afternoon. Edgar Lara is charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of LaFleur County Deputy Walker LeMay during a standoff in Worcester, Oklahoma. We'll keep an eye on what happens in the courtroom, and we'll be following this case all the way through. You can find those updates here on 5 News. Also today, Casey Jennings' capital murder trial began in Fayetteville. You'll remember he's accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend, Allison Castro. The trial was delayed in February after a judge ruled Jennings could not represent himself. New body camera video released shows first responders attempting to rescue a woman from a house fire in Crawford County. A woman was killed during that fire and a deputy was sent to the hospital. We do want to warn you, this video might be hard to watch. This part of the video shows Deputy Robin Gaines crawling through a window into the home after seeing a woman inside. After not being able to get to her, he exits the home and looks at his hands as he was burned during the rescue attempt. He then turns around and goes back in.
Hey, come on, I think she might still be breathing, man. Push.
Deputy Gaines was hospitalized with severe burns from the rescue attempt. He's since been released and is now in outpatient care. The sheriff's office has not released the identity of the woman who was killed in that fire. Fayetteville City Council members are considering a proposed ordinance that would add new regulations for future data centers. The proposal would add an extra layer of review by the Planning Commission before a project could move forward. It would also require developers to provide information on things like water use and electricity demand. On Tuesday, several city council members said they'd like to see more specific language for enforcement and fire safety requirements. One council member said one of his biggest concerns is the impact that larger data centers can have on city resources.
Washington Regional or City of Fayetteville, they both have data centers. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the standalone large complexes. They're a huge drain of city water, electrical grid. It's a real impact to that.
The council could vote on the proposal as early as next week, though members could also continue reviewing the ordinance before taking action. The Fayetteville Planning Commission has approved proposals to create 2 new historic districts in the city. It's a Black Historic District and the South Fayetteville Historic District. They've been in the works for a couple of years now. The Black Historic District covers about 20 acres in East Fayetteville and includes 36 buildings the city says are significant to the area's post-emancipation Black history. The South Fayetteville Historic District runs along Washington Avenue and includes 37 buildings. The city says it reflects a 20th century working class neighborhood. Residents filed a petition for both districts and many spoke in support at Monday's commission meeting.
Our community also fought to save its homes. Families came together, shared information, and worked side by side to protect what they had built. But too much of our history has already been left out, overlooked, or erased. That's why this district matters so much. It's not only about the buildings, it's about honoring the people, the sacrifices, and the legacies that made this community what it is.
Those proposals head back to the City Historic District Commission before they can go before the City Council for a final vote. Well, people are rolling into Northwest Arkansas for this year's Bentonville Bikefest. Now in its 6th year, the event has grown into a major community tradition. Organizers expect more than 1,000 athletes and 140 vendors from around the world. One of the biggest new attractions is the Red Bull Double Down, where riders descend 2 34-foot towers and perform tricks in midair. Organizers say the festival offers something for everyone with activities for all ages.
If you want to race or enter a clinic or a workshop, go ride with the pro riders. You can do that here. And then we also have a lot of entertainment. We got a live DJ playing all the time. There's a reggae band playing on Saturday during the happy hour. Bentonville Bikefest is all-inclusive. We really champion from 2-year-old to all the way to 99.
The Red Bull Double Down will take place on Saturday. The expo will open early afternoon each day and run until dusk, while races begin in the early morning. Well, it's Wednesday, which means it's time for Shelter Sweethearts, our weekly segment highlighting adoptable pets around the area. Today, we'll introduce you to a sweet puppy named Mario. That's next. And here's a live look in Springdale. The time is now 12:41. Stay with us. Well, welcome to 5 News Shelter Sweethearts, where we'll be highlighting pets around our area that are available for adoption. We are joined by Nancy Cullens, Executive Director from the Bella Vista Animal Shelter, along with this sweet, sweet puppy named Mario. He's actually getting really excited. He's been very chill these past few times, but he's getting a little excited to see everyone. Okay, Nancy, tell me all about Mario. And he's got some brothers and sisters too.
Absolutely. So Mario is part of a litter of 4 that came to the shelter as lost or found animals. And he has his brother Luigi, his 2 sisters Daisy and Peaches, and they are all super well behaved. Mario's a little bit on the shy side. He's the protector of the group. He keeps watch whenever they're doing something rambunctious.
How cute.
He has a little bit of brindle in him, but we have no idea what breed. The guess is about 50-50 hound and shepherd mix. So he is going to be a good medium-sized dog. He's at that perfect age to start training right now. So if your kids are in summer vacation and they want a hobby, dog training is an excellent resource.
Yeah.
Gets everybody outdoors and enjoyed. And these guys just want love and attention. They just want to be part of something bigger.
That's
so
right.
An active family would be the best for him.
About 16 weeks, you said, right?
Yep, he's right around 16 weeks, and he's fully neutered and up to date on his shots. He has 1 month of flea and tick. And he will be microchipped and registered to the new owner.
Yeah. How do you think, what kind of family would these puppies fit the best in?
Sure. Some kind of an active family that likes to be outdoors. These dogs are really, really just the sweetest, and they just want to run around and play. So a fenced yard would probably be ideal, but he's learning how to walk on leash, and he's getting better every day. So that's always an option too if you don't have the fenced yard option.
Love to hear it. You got to bring home Mario or Luigi or Peaches or Daisy. They're just the sweetest puppies ever. Let's turn now to the animal shelter. If people want to, find ways to help out with the Bella Vista Animal Shelter, what would be the best way to do that?
Sure, absolutely. So we are open 6 days a week. So from Tuesday through Sunday, we're open from 10 to 4. I know a bunch of you need volunteer hours for school. You can volunteer with us any weekday. So it's from 11:30 to 3:30. We ask for a half an hour on either end so that we can finish cleaning and get stuff taken care of. But we love to have people come to the shelter and volunteer. You do need to be over 18 if you're going to come unsupervised, but any of our events are free to volunteer without supervision. So we are at the farmers market most Sundays, and this Sunday we're always looking for volunteers to take zip codes. We're trying to find out how many people come to Bella Vista to visit the farmers market. And then our next big event is going to be a golf tournament, and that one everybody tells me is the best in Bella Vista. It's already full, so you'll have to wait until next year if you want to be a part of it. And then our big garage sale's coming up in August. So if you know anybody who's having a garage sale or has any items that they want to donate, we would love to have them at the garage sale to help raise money for these guys.
Yeah, love it. Nancy, thank you so much for being here with us. And if you're interested in adopting Mario or any of his siblings, you can visit their website or visit them in Bella Vista. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back. 12:49 this afternoon. If you have any federal student loans, listen up. There's going to be some pretty big changes on how you're going to pay these loans back, and they start next month. Brian Abel tells us the steps you can take now to save as much of your cash as possible.
On July 1st, changes are coming to the federal student loan program.
Over the last number of years, this has been the most significant amount of change we've seen almost ever, but definitely since 1994.
And just about everyone will be impacted. For new borrowers, it means fewer types of repayment options will be available to you. Only 2, actually. All current income-driven plans will be gone, replaced with a single option of its kind, the Repayment Assistance Plan, or RAP, also the only plan offering loan forgiveness moving forward, with the standard repayment plan as the other option. If you currently have a federal student loan, this is where you may need to act sooner than later, as some types will be phased out. So experts say visit studentaid.gov to start.
First and foremost, find out what you have for student loans. If you're in repayment, take a look at what your repayment plan is. Kind of look at your overall strategy and identify what you have done or have been doing.
More than 7 million borrowers were part of the SAVE plan, the ill-fated repayment plan created by the Biden administration. If you are one of them, the clock will soon be ticking to make a decision or be automatically placed in what's very likely a more expensive plan.
If they choose not to take action, their loans will be put into what is called a standard repayment, which for most people would be 120 equal payments. Your payment amount could be significantly higher, and for most people, perhaps not attainable.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Well, here's a live look in Fayetteville this afternoon. Let's check in with Noah Simmons for a check of your Wednesday forecast. Hey, Noah.
Hey, Lauren. Yeah, taking a look at kind of a hot and humid forecast forecast, those temperatures, they started to warm up to the 80s across the board. Got a few cumulus clouds popping up off the screen. At least the one thing that we have out there is a bit of a breeze. I think that kind of helps things, at least make it maybe not as hot and humid out there. But regardless, it's still going to be kind of a warm summer-like day there as we're starting to enter those mid-June days there. Highs later this afternoon here in the next few hours look to be into the upper 80s across northwest Arkansas. We'll call it lower 90s the rest of this afternoon across the river valley. Not expecting any rain or storms. All that activity is going to be well toward north across the upper Midwest, where they're actually under the gun for some severe weather potential. And then that's going to shift its way into our region for tomorrow night. So here's our severe zone for tomorrow night. This is actually the new update here, the new midday update from the Storm Prediction Center. Has all northwest Arkansas on a level 2 at a 5 severe weather risk. And then parts of the river valley and all the Ouachitas across parts of the level 1 at a 5 severe weather risk for tomorrow night. And all directed to the timing for tomorrow, mainly after dinner time and really after sunset through the part of the overnight hours. Mainly going to be watching some strong winds and some hail, as this is going to be more of a linear line of storms in terms of its progression southeast, where it's expected to weaken somewhat as it continues to work its way southeastward. So we'll kind of get you a little future track on what to expect here for tomorrow, as we're not expecting anything the rest of your Wednesday. Here's tomorrow afternoon. Notice we're dry, no issues. It's obviously still hot and humid. We'll have those high heat index values. And then as we fast forward to Thursday, 5, 6 p.m., notice some storms across the Interstate 44 corridor. They're going to quickly charge their way southeastward through our region. They're getting into northwest Arkansas there right around sunset-ish. And we're going to be watching that severe potential as that line of storms continues to kind of drift its way southward closer to the river valley by the midnight hour. And that continues just after midnight with some isolated strong to severe clusters there. And then even a few residual showers there by early Friday morning. And then we'll have to talk about more rain opportunities heading into this weekend. We'll let you know what that 7-day forecast looks like coming up after this short break.
All right, Noah, thank you. Here's a live look in Ozark. The time is now 12:53. We'll break down your top stories here on 5 News Plus right after this. Here's a quick recap of today's top stories. A woman has died after investigators say her husband shot her inside their Sulphur Springs home. 70-year-old Mark Bramble is in jail on a $1 million bond. He's accused of shooting his wife and then himself in front of their son. Court documents say Bramble shot his wife Mary in the head and later pointed a gun at their son, who ran outside to call 911. Police say charges will be evaluated. The Fayetteville City Council could vote on a proposed ordinance as early as next week that would add new regulations for future data centers. This would add an extra level of review by the Planning Commission and require developers to provide information on things like water use and electricity demand. Tuesday, several city council members saying they would like to see more specific language in the proposal related to monitoring, enforcement, and more. And world-class cyclists will show off their skills at the Bentonville Bikefest this week. It runs Thursday through Sunday, bringing both competition and community activities to the area. Organizers say more than 140 vendors and over 1,000 athletes are expected to attend. The expo will open early afternoon each day and run until dusk, while races begin in the early morning.
Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Northwest Arkansas, it's hot and humid. It's also a little bit of a breeze helping us out this afternoon. We're up to the upper 80s, and then for Thursday, we're up to 90. It's still kind of a breezy day. And then we'll watch for some storms into the evening and overnight. That's why our rain chance isn't that high during the daytime. There it's much higher toward the nighttime hours. We'll have to watch some severe potential as well. So we'll be monitoring that. Friday, a little bit more drier time, upper 80s, and then those temperatures start to cool off heading into the weekend with some more opportunities at some showers and storms. And then for early next week, when I'm talking about cooler temperatures, we're not just talking about the actual air temperature, but also a little bit more drier air, a little bit lower humidity. That'll start to feel nice for mid-June there, especially by next week, right around 80. So we'll enjoy that comfortable weather at least. For the River Valley, 93 this afternoon. Call it 94 for Thursday. No chance during the daytime, but at nighttime there is a higher chance of seeing some showers and storms. Friday will cool down just a little bit thanks to that front bringing those storms Thursday night. We're trending a tiny bit warmer for Saturday, 92, so it looks warm and humid. And Saturday and Sunday will have those shower and storm chances that we'll have to dodge these next several days. But at least next week, it looks a little bit cooler with some of those lower 80s for Monday and Tuesday. So I think we'll enjoy some of that lower humidity and lower temperatures.
I'd like to just fast forward to then, hopefully.
Yeah, let's just get through all the next 5 days and let's just get through it.
We can hopefully enjoy some cooler temperatures next week.
Hopefully, especially for mid-June, too.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thank you so much for joining us for your 5 News at 12:30 on the 5 News Plus streaming app. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon and see you again for your 5 News first at 4. Have a wonderful afternoon.